welcome back to the channel. Long time no see. I've had a few requests. First of all, I'll say sorry because there hasn't been no content for absolutely ages. I can only apologise for that. Hopefully I get more time soon and start getting some more content out fishing wise. But like I say, I've had some requests about crab cart, wings, coral, whatever you want to call it. For those of you who don't know about it, it's the insides of a female edible crab, female brown crab, which is these right here, them, you can see. And I've had requests off lads who want to do it themselves, so I said I'd knock a little video up and hopefully it helps you guys who want to do it yourselves. So this is the way I do it. It might not be the right way. It's not the exact only way you can do it, but it's the way I do it, and it's been all right for me. Loads of people do it different ways. Loads of people use different things, but yeah, this is the way I do it, and we'll show you now. So yeah, basically, first port of call is sourcing some good brown crabs, which is quite difficult because brown crab over the last few years, the price has gone through the roof due to the Chinese getting a taste for them. So like you say, they're paying good money for them, so unless you know somebody who can source you some, you might struggle. But you see all these fishing forums and stuff like that, someone somewhere will probably be able to source you some decent ad crabs. This time of year now we're getting into winter, like back end of autumn, come towards winter, the coral starts in them. Through the summer there's no coral in them. Basically what it is, for the who don't know, like I say, I know people do know, but for the few who don't, the coral inside is basically the start of the eggs. They reproduce the eggs, which starts inside the body, and then like mid-winter time they start producing the eggs, which goes on. They'll grow the eggs come through here and grow around the pocket. Hence, as you can see, she's putting her legs in to protect herself. But yeah, the eggs come on there, so it's illegal to keep one with eggs on. So if you do have any eggs, if anyone tries to sell you any eggs shown on the pocket, bright orange eggs, then obviously you can't keep them. Put the coral's inside, and I'll show you how I get it out. I'll show you how I do my wings, and I'll show you how I do my coral, which you get both out of crabs. Like I say, this is just the way I do it. Some people do it different. Some people use loads of salt. Some people use a little bit of simmer. I prefer them with a little dusting of salt on, just to draw that extra moisture out and just toughen them up a little bit. I've seen people put like tons and tons of salt on them, leave them 24 hours and stuff like that. They'll probably catch fish on them, but for me, the fresher and the purer the better. This is the way I do it. Like I say, I'm not saying it's the only way or the right way. People have different things, people do it different ways. But I've been doing it like this for probably the last maybe 10 years or so. I used to do it slightly different, which I'll talk about, but I'll show you now how I do them. I've got maybe half a box. I'm not going to show you how I do them all. It's like I say, just for the requests I've had, just so you can do it yourself at home, and you know what you're doing. You know you're getting good bait. I know the shops sell them quite expensive. They are worth it. It's a quality bait. The Whitby lads have hammered it for years and slaughtered the fish on them before anyone else even knew about it. We jumped on it after them, and so did everyone else. But quality bait, and if you do your own, you know what you've got. You know you've got good quality bait in the freezer. If you don't want to do it yourself, pop into the local tackle shops. Most of them sell them. They do them their way, and they all catch fish. So I'll show you how I do mine. Right, so I've got my crab. I've took the claws off. Obviously you can see better there now. You can eat the claws yourself. You can do whatever you want with them, basically. So I've got my crab. To dispatch your crab, I know a lot of people, they stick like some sharp straight through its mouth. That's its mouth, straight through its mouth, and it kills it outright. Some people turn them up that way, bang them on the floor that way, the head. I do it the other way, which I'm going to show you now. Kills them straight away, and it's easy to play with by doing it. You can see there's my crab. One hit like that, that's that crab dead. Get hold of its pocket and its legs. And pull that out there. As you can see, that's the berries, the coral. There's the coral inside, and that's the wing in there. And I'll show you how I extract the wing. We'll do a couple, just so you know. Put that, I put on there. I'll let that in that box there. And as I go through them, I just let them drain out. I'll put them in a box and I'll let them drain out. And then I'll scoop them all out at once. So we'll do a couple more so you can see. And there we go, there's the berries. Drain out. That goes in there, that goes in the box. Hey, you see, you can normally wear gloves like, but I forgot my gloves, so my hands will be busted up a bit after this, but never mind. Dead. There we go. There's the coral, wings are inside of there. And just like I say, continue doing the same thing. Lovely. Right, I'll get through these there, through the rest of these. It's pointless just showing you me doing every one, but I'll get through the rest of them, and I'll bring you back when I'm extracting the coral and the wings, just to show you the process that I use for that. Okay. Right, so as you can see, I've pulled all the pockets out. They're just draining out the excess juices and water now. It's absolutely beautiful stuffed with coral. Beautiful crabs. Let them drain slightly. There's all my pockets. There's all there, they all are. I'll scrape all that coral out the middles. You can, like you say, you can eat the legs, the pockets. Say nothing goes to waste here, because these will go, once I've scraped the coral out, they'll get used for whelk bait, so nothing goes to waste. Like you say, you can eat them. The claws that we've took off, I mean, a lot of lads buy boxes of crabs and they'll sell the claws to get them with a bit of money back for the box what they've paid. Personally, myself, I eat them because I absolutely love seafood. So, I'll show you now how I extract the wings. Right, what I'm going to do first, I'm going to take the coral from the pockets. All to do, any type of tub. Spoon from your lass's kitchen, and just get all that orange goodness out. There's the whelk bait. So you see it varies in colour, some it's bright orange, some it's redder, some it's light orange. It varies really. Easy, simple as that. I'll show you later what I do with this compared to what I do with my wings. Hopefully it helps some of you out. As you've probably noticed, some crabs have more in than others. As long as they're an hard crab this time of year, they should have plenty in. Like you say, you can't see what's inside them before you crack them, so sometimes you might get the odd one that doesn't have anything in. It's not the fisherman's fault, it's not the person's fault who sold you the crabs. It's just one of them things. As long as they're a nice hard crab, then you can't fall off really. Say some have more than others in, but that's the way it goes. Obviously this is only just like a part box that I'm doing. Normally I'd do maybe it's a box and a half. I'd normally do me for the season. I'll get these done and then I'll show you how to do the wings. Right, so that's all my coral out of the pockets. Lovely, juicy. Drain the water out. I'll put that aside and I'll show you what I do with that later. Now the backs have all drained. That's just pure meat inside of there now. Absolute beautiful it is. Obviously you'll still get some more coral out of this because you only take the wing out of that side and that side, so you will get a little bit more coral out of here as well, which you can just scoop back into your little pot. That there is the crab's mouth. Don't want that in. Pull that out. And then you're left with that. What I do next is, there she is. Get my spoon. And I run it round the edge of the wing, top and bottom. Like I say, you can do it quicker, I'm just showing you slowly so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I like to be gentle with them so I don't bust the wing. I like to keep the protective skin on it. And there is. That's one side of the wing out. Absolutely beautiful that. I managed to source some salt. I'll get a couple of these wings out and I'll show you how I salt them. Another one out. There's two lovely wings and some coral out of the pocket off one crab. And again, that one's got a bit of red coral in that one. Mouth comes out. Scrape a bit of middle coral out. And out comes the wing. Smaller crab that time, but as you can see, still get a wing out of them. Find a nice big one for you. There we go, that's a nice juicy one. Mouth out, into the offal bin. Middle coral out, into the tub. Time for the wing. See what I'm doing there, I'm just raking the spoon round the shell of the crab, keeping the skin on the wing itself. You don't want really the skin staying on the shell, you want it to come out on the wing. So just spoon, like I say, I've done these for years, so like I say, it's just the way I do them. Look at that for a beautiful wing there. Lovely that. get this one out and we'll show you how I do them. I'll get all these done and then I'll show you how I prepare them. Right, so I've got my bag of salt. Just cooked and salt, table salt, any salt from the shop. Stuff you put on your dinner. This is cooked and salt. It's a bit cheaper, so all I do, got a box there, lined with newspaper. All I do there, sprinkle a little bit of salt on the bottom of the paper, well, the top of the paper. It says not a lot. 2 handfuls over there is enough for that amount. So you don't want to grate. Well, some people like loads of salt, heavily salted, lightly salted, medium salted. Some people like no salt at all. I've caught on all types, but for me, I put a little sprinkle on just to dry them out slightly, and then I shake the excess off before I wrap and freeze. So these will only be in that salt from here to wrapping them up to put them in the freezer, less than an hour. Some people leave them overnight. I think the quicker you get them out the shells, the quicker you wrap and freeze them, the better. It's fresh bait. Don't get me wrong, it still catch fish if you soak them in salt for 24 hours, but for me, this is the best way and that's what's worked for me. Right, that's all the wings out now and all the coral out. All I'm left with now is empty shells. So as you can see, there's all my wings. You can see the salt on the bottom, you can see the drawing the moisture out, drawing that extra water out. And there is an absolutely beautiful tub of coral, which in my opinion fishes as well as wings anyway, sometimes better, and I think you get a better castaway in that when you make your own, what some people call cod boilies. My good mate from Seaham, Mr. Daniel Swan, he started calling them cod boilies, carp boilies, and everyone's gone daft saying it. Basically, the carp itself's been about years. As I said, the Whitby lads were using it, must have been over 20 years ago. Some people do it differently. Some people wrap it in finger bandage, some people put it in tea bags, some people wrap it in cling film, some people shove it in squid. Like I said, it all works, it all works. I'll show you how I do mine. So yeah, there's my wings, laid on a little slight layer of salt. All I'm going to do now, one-handed, I'm going to get another handful of salt. As you can see as well, I've laid them all, so like it's skin side up. So that's how it's sat inside the crab. So it's all skin side up. So obviously the moisture will drop out the bottom. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt over the top. Say not a great deal, just a little light sprinkling. That's it for that. As you say, some of them have got a bit more than others on, but something similar to that. That one there is how I like them covered. It's a bit much on them ones. Just where it's sprinkled out my hands. I'm trying to do it one-handed. But yeah, something like that. See how firm it is already, that. That's lovely, that. But yeah, that's all I do. I'll show you how I prepare my carp, how I do it and what I do. Years ago, I used to get that. I used to put it in the little Chinese tubs, the Chinese takeaway tubs, you know, the little plastic ones. And I used to do probably about, I don't know, maybe it's 2 inches thick in one of them. Cut it into like rectangle blocks once it was froze, and I just used to wrap it in cling film in like a block shape about, I don't know, maybe 4 inches by about 2 inch, Nice chunky bait. I've used them like 6-7 inches long and still had fish on them, but obviously you struggle to get a castaway just with a big bait. And all I used to do was whip them on in the cling film frozen, stab it a few times with my sinker wires, grip wires on my hook point or whatever, some sharp, and cast out like that. I learnt that from the Whitby lads. That's how they used to do it. This is going back years ago, like. And brilliant bait, absolutely fantastic. But then I watched David Attenborough, Blue Planet, with all this plastic pollution and stuff. And then I thought, you know what? Yes, it may not be much one single angle using cling film and losing a bit in the sea, but I stopped using it from then. Due to the obviously the old plastic pollution, like. So I stopped using it that way. Obviously, if you want to use it that way, it's up to yourself. Most of it does come back in on your hook anyway. You cut it off and chuck it in your bucket. But sometimes, obviously, you might lose a bit in the ocean and so on. But now what I use is, it's this stuff here. So that's just a tube, fox armour mesh. That's not what's inside, but I kept the tube. I use that for carp fishing, protect baits, and use like little balls of tuna and stuff, but that's another story. That's the tube it comes in, fox armour mesh. That's 14 mil. So I kept the tube, and you get like a plunger inside of it, which I'll show you now. And then all I do, if I can get it open, working one-handed, I get some finger bandage, and I push it up the tube. See, there's the tube. I push it up the tube. There's my plunger dropped in. And I use finger bandage. You can get it, I used to get it from Boots. Used to get it from Boots for like £3 for 5 meters or something like that, but I couldn't find it last time in Boots. I ordered some off Amazon. Say it's cheap, you can get 5 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters or whatever, all in one roll. Don't get the single finger bandage, because you can get one that just fits your finger and that's it. Obviously you end up needing loads to make a good pavia bait, so I'll show you how I do it now. So that's the tube, that's my finger bandage pushed over, a little overhand knot in the bottom. That's the plunger, which you don't really need. You can use your spoon if you want, but I just use my hands. Get your lovely juicy coral, just fill your tube. Fill your tube as much as you want in it, and then obviously you get your desired size bait you want. Make some big ones, make some little ones, whatever size you want really. This way as well, you know your bait's going in the freezer absolutely pristine condition. It's still fresh. Them crabs were live like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. Just bounce it down. See that there? Squeeze it down. Makes like a sausage shape. And I think that size there, is that like just a bit smaller than my thumb? That's a nice size bait. What you do then, similar if you make like little PVA mesh stoppings when you're carp fishing, if anyone does carp fishing. Overhand knock back over the top. Pull that down, nice and tight. And there's your little bait, little coral bait, carp bait, cod boilie if you want, whatever you want to call it. Some people double them up. Some people put that again in another finger bandage so it's double laid, so it washes out slowly. Some people I know put them in a tea bag and then wrap them in tights. Whatever way you want. This is the way I do it. I think it's quick, it's easy. You can make the baits the size you want. All you do then is cut that off, which I haven't got no, I've done with my scissors. You'd cut that off, but do another overhand knot first. Like you say, I know some people already know what they're doing with this. This is for the lads who've asked me how I do mine. There's 2 knots now. Snip straight in between there, and you're ready to go for another bait. I don't know what I've done with scissors, so I'll just make another one anyway, just to show you. Do this one a little bit bigger. This is only it said 14 mil, didn't it? You can use 20 mil, 25, whatever you want, whatever size you want. Give it a shake down. Put a little bit more in. Make this one, like I say, a little bit bigger. There it is. Squeeze it all down. Nice and tight. See that? Like a ring of sausages now, look. Same again. Nice and tight. Over a knot. Obviously that one wouldn't be hanging off the bottom normally because I'd have cut it off, but I can't find my scissors. That's it, there's your second bait, look. Lovely, juicy. It's beautiful. There's the baits. Like I say, if you wanted to wash out slower, you get a good, with a sea running, you're getting a good 15, 20 minute cast anyway, which I think's enough. When I'm match fishing, that's enough for me. Obviously if it's slow you leave it longer, but with a sea run you get 15, 20 minutes out of them, no problem at all. If you would put them on frozen, yeah, and then just continue the process. Then all I do then, with each one of these, I individually wrap it in tin foil, bang it in the freezer, take out how many you need, in your flask, fishing, cod. Happy days. As you can see, the moisture, the extra juices is coming out of them. I've got them on a slight tilt. This box has got holes in. As you can see, it's drained out there. Slight sprinkle of salt on the tops, just draw that extra moisture out. Then all I'm going to do now, pick them up. That's beautiful. Brush that bit of salt off. I'm just going to drop them in there. That's just for transport, so I can take them home. I'll take them home in them trays so my car doesn't get stinking. And then I'll wrap them up. I'll show you how I wrap them up. I'll get them in the freezer, and hopefully the next time they see the water is when a big cod is swallowing them. Look at them. They've gone absolutely lovely. Beautiful. Like I say, normally, I've obviously took my time tonight because I'm doing some filming, but normally, from the crab to the freezer, it's an hour. The fresher the better in my opinion. But yeah, I'll get the rest of these trayed up. Look at them, beautiful they are. I'll get the rest of these trayed up, and I'll show you how I wrap them. But basically I only use cling film. Cling film, nice and tight in the freezer, froze down, and then on your hook for a cod. Right then, I hope you can see that properly. There's my coral boilie, carp boilie, cod boilie, coral stick, whatever you want to call it. Wrap that up like a little sweetie. That's it, and there she goes. done a few different sizes. That's quite a bigger one. And wrap them tight. Lovely. And so on. I'll wrap the rest of these and then I'll show you how I do my wings. Right, the wings, straight on, they're nice and firm now. Not too much salt on. Cling film this time. I always do my coral in tin foil, nice and tight, and I do my wings in cling film. Wrap, wrap, wrap. Straight edge with a knife. Keep it all nice and tight. Fold that back over on itself. There's one wing, one prime wing ready for the freezer. I'll do a couple more to show you. There we are, look at that. Beautiful. Some of these, if you were cocktailing, you could get 2 baits out of them, like. No problem at all. So see how firm they are. See, there's not a great deal to it. Just take pride in your bait and your catch rate should improve. They're beautiful, lovely. Just a quick one as well. Now I'll put them in the freezer. I've got a tray, just line it with paper in the bottom. And I'll just lay them in. Lay them in nice, just so they're not on top of each other because they'll squash, and just like that. And carry on, do the rest. Yeah. That's it. Coral and carp wings. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for sticking by us. Obviously there's been no content up for a while, well, for a long time. I just haven't been out fishing pleasure wise to create any content. So thanks for all of my subs who stuck by us. Just over the 800 mark now. So if you like this video, I'd appreciate if you aren't subbed, give us a subscribe, like, share it, tell all your mates. Hopefully it helps you out. I hope it does. That's why I do the videos, help people out. I've had a few requests for this video, so I've made it. Like I say, hopefully it helps some people out. And yeah, I appreciate all your support, always. Thank you very much. Tight lines.